Tesla just released a big software update that had some pretty big new features to your car. Plus, Tesla also just released a brand new Model Y, but you probably shouldn't buy it. We've also got lots of good news to talk about and also some bad news too this week. Lots of controversies in the world of Tesla, including, of course, one decision that Tesla just made that has a lot of owners very, very angry. So let's break down the biggest stories in the wild world of Tesla, tell you everything you need to know, and tell you the good news and the bad news about new features coming to a car near you very soon. But first, of course, as always, a huge thank you to Into the AM for sponsoring this video. They make some beautiful, high-quality apparel that you are going to love. More on them in a bit. So one of the biggest stories of the past few weeks, besides Elon trying to buy Twitter, is the confirmed release of the new standard range Model Y. Now, you might remember a few weeks ago, some EPA filings leaked out, and we sort of heard rumblings that Tesla was going to release this new lower cost standard range Model Y. And then once lucky attendees of Cyber Rodeo got to go hands-on, we knew it was just a matter of time because we saw there was now sort of in the flesh, in the metal, these new standard range Model Y cars. And now Tesla has begun to actually sell them, but as of filming this video, it's just going to employees first. This new Model Y is coming straight from the factory floor at Giga Texas from Tesla's brand new, their latest and greatest creation, this massive Texas factory. And of course, has all the latest and greatest features you'd find in 2022 Model Ys, including the Ryzen processor, heated wipers, and of course, the 4680 battery pack. Wow, this is going to be a fun video. And the real thing it's missing is sort of the long range, because while the standard range Model Y is all-wheel drive, which is nice, it only has 279 miles of range, about 50 less than the long-range Model Y, which I think for most people really isn't that big of a deal. But the real problem, though, or I guess the real controversy here is, if you could call it that, is the price. As of filming this video, this standard range Model Y is being sold again just to employees, and it's priced at $59,900 as of right now, which is just about $3,000-ish less than the long range model, which leads to the big question, how much is that 50 extra miles of range and a little bit of speed acceleration really worth to you? Because again, besides acceleration, the only difference here presumably is range. The audio system, the screen, the cameras, the sensors, everything in this standard range Model Y is actually a good thing, the exact same as what you'd get in the long range or even the performance Model Y in terms of interior hardware and stuff like that. There's not an audio system difference here. There's not a difference with the screen or the processor. Everything is exactly the same, which means it really just all comes down to range with these different Model Y models. Now, before we keep breaking down more of the wild Tesla news of the week, I want to take a quick break and tell you all about the makers of this awesome shirt. And that, of course, you guys know, is this video's awesome sponsor, Into the AM. If you guys are regulars around here, you know that I love Into the AM because they've been making ultra comfortable and premium clothing for over 10 years, since 2012, and they're on a mission to help you express your energy, your creativity, your passion with some high quality apparel that is ultra comfortable and just looks incredible. And what I love about Into the AM is that they've got a wide variety of high quality apparel, including a huge collection of graphic tees. So if you're a fan of these really colorful, vibrant designs, you're gonna love these graphic tees. They're really cool. They've got a really great selection. And also if you're into something a little bit more basic, a little more subtle, their basic tees are like my favorite. They're the way to go. They're really comfortable. They've got a great fit. I love these basic tees. They're great for going to the gym, going to grab a coffee, filming YouTube videos. I love these super comfortable basic tees. And of course, I also love their new all over print collection. Some really great designs there, and tank tops, because as you know, we know the summer's coming up. As the temperatures heat up, you're going to want some tanks, and Into the AM is your place to go for that, plus so much more. And not only is Into the AM making some apparel that looks great, feels great, has a great fit, is super comfortable, but they've also got some great deals going on right now as well that you want to take advantage of. You can pick up 3 graphic tees for just $60 and 3 basic tees for $49.95. Check out all the amazing apparel they offer at the link down below, or head to intotheam.com/Robert10 and use my special code at checkout, Robert10, to get 10% off your order. It's a site-wide code. Thanks to Into the AM for making this possible. And again, that link is right down below. It's intotheam.com/Robert10. And again, use my special code, Robert10, at checkout to get 10% off your order. And for some people, that extra 50 miles of range is kind of pointless, especially if you're not really pushing the range to the absolute limit, or you're not going on a lot of road trips, you're not really driving all that much, then it might just be worth it to save the $3,000 and go with the standard range model. But if that extra range is important to you, if you do a lot of driving during the week, if you don't have a reliable, fast way to charge, and you do a lot of road trips, then the $3,000 going with the long range might be money very well spent. And differences aside, I think this is a great addition to finally see in the Tesla lineup. It it was sort of there, then it was removed. It was sort of a will they or won't they if Tesla was going to re-release it in the US, and now it's finally back, which is really cool to see. The price might not be where most people would like it to be, especially if you're sort of looking at the pricing of the original Model Y lineup, RIP to those original prices, but having this as an option is really nice to see. And also now you have the standard range Model Y and the standard range Model 3. Also, we don't know when it's going to be released to the public. We saw some sleuths online found it to be in the source code of the Tesla ordering page, so hopefully it's coming sooner than later. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, it might just be up or right around the corner, but as of filming this video, it's still not out just yet, but possibly by the time this is live, as Tesla tends to do, it'll be up on the order page on Tesla.com. Next up in the news here is something many of you guys are going to be very excited about, and that is a new software update that fixes some of those pesky, quirky version 11 issues. This is 2022.12.1, and one of the biggest features here is the ability to add different shortcuts to that dock, sort of app dock drawer thing at the bottom. Basically, the quick controls where you can place apps to launch, you can now place little shortcuts to do functionality, things that you'd want to do on the Tesla without having to do multiple different taps on the screen. The official word for this feature is additional bottom bar customization, and from limited photos, it looks like you can add some shortcuts like seat heaters, front and rear defrosters, and more, hopefully. This update is slowly rolling out, so if you don't have it right now, it should be coming soon. I still don't have it as of filming this video, but hopefully it should be rolling out to more and more cars. And it also brings some more features, some new features here to the mobile app that I think now allows you to turn on dog mode and camp mode from your phone. So that's kind of a cool thing. If you're waiting for that feature, it should now be here. And for those wondering, still no word on a Tesla App Store yet, though I hope that's going to change sometime in the next few weeks or months. Now, this next story is a little disappointing and one that many people are angry about, and that is that Tesla recently announced that they are officially removing the mobile charging kit that was, at one point, coming standard with all new Tesla models. Some sleuths found out a few days ago that some wording changed on the Tesla Design Studio to suggest that this was going to be removed, and now Elon, a few days ago, sort of made the announcement official. This means that when new owners take delivery of their Tesla, they will have no way to charge their Tesla at home unless they either buy the Tesla wall connector or they buy one of the 2 mobile charging option kits from the Tesla website. Though, again, as of filming, those are very hard to come by, which leads to having to go to eBay or third-party stores. It's just sort of a really messy situation. And Elon himself cited the reason for this change was low usage with the included kit, though many Tesla fans took to Twitter to voice their disappointment and skepticism to that claim. And I agree. I think that this is something that has really become standard and should be standard for good reason, because for many people, the Tesla is their first EV. This is their first time sort of transitioning away from gas, and they don't really know how to charge, and all that stuff is still very confusing. And I think having this in the box, so to speak, or having this come with the car is very important. And you could always, know that if you had to, charge, worst possible scenario, just needed some way to charge, you could always plug into a regular outlet and be good to go. And then what most people would do is using a, 220 volt outlet, or what is it, the NEMA 1450 or NEMA 1430 or whatever the variations of those would be. You could use the mobile charging kit and you'd be good to go. But now not having that included is a little tougher. A couple of options to consider if you don't obviously go that route is, yes, of course, you could buy it from Tesla, or you could go with a different level 2 charger. If you have a J1772 charger, Tesla's still going to include that adapter with the car as of right now, so you could still adapt that and use it with the car. Or, of course, you could buy the Tesla wall charger, which is more expensive and can be a little bit trickier to install. I just don't think it's a good move. And I know many people have criticized Elon for this. Elon did respond and say they're going to lower the price of the mobile connector down to $200, and they're going to include more adapters and stuff like that. But still, it's not a good look. And I know people have defended this move, and I get it. Maybe some people don't use it, but I know more people than not use this, whether it be for road trips or having it as an emergency thing just in case. I think having this with a car that costs $40, $50, $60, $100,000 is very important. And I think that you just got to have a way to charge your car with components that are included with the car. I know many people are comparing this to the move that Apple made, that Apple stopped including the charging cable with the iPhone. Though that's a horrible consideration to make, because one is that Apple has been using the same connector on their phones for I think the past decade since the iPhone 5. Lightning has been a thing, so that's not really a good argument to make on one hand. And also, well, it's cheaper to buy a lightning cable. You can go and buy it for $10. And also, if you needed a lightning cable, you probably already have one, or you could go to like any drugstore or any gas station or go on Amazon and pick one up for like $5. That's not a really good comparison to make. A lot of people, this is their first EV. They've never had a home charger before. They don't know how to charge their car. And having this is super important. So I understand why some people think it's not necessary, but I am in the opinion... I am of the opinion, if I should say, that it's not a very good move. I think Tesla should probably reverse action and reverse course on this and add it. As of filming, they have not decided to do that, though I wouldn't be surprised if by the time this video is out, due to the backlash, they do reverse this decision. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this particular issue? Because I know many people are vocal one way or the other. Do you think the inclusion of the charging kit is not a big deal and people are blowing this out of proportion? Or do you think it's a really big deal that Tesla is basically cutting this out of the delivery process for no good reason? Let me know your thoughts to this down below. Do you think it's essential or not? Let me know. We can discuss in the comments down below. And some more disappointing Tesla news to cover is that Tesla has ended the option for any model leases to be purchased at the end of the lease period. Now, to clarify, this was technically never allowed with the Model 3 or Model Y, but lease buyouts were allowed with the Model S and Model X, but not any longer. Customers placing new orders today will not be able to buy out their lease, with their only option being to return the car to Tesla. For a while, though, Tesla was allowing a third-party dealership to buy out a lease, even with the 3 and the Y. But that ended a few months ago, so I don't think that's going to be the case any longer. So you really don't have any other choice but to return your car. And why Tesla is doing this now for all models, we don't really know. Originally, Tesla said it was going to be for their robotaxi fleet, that they wanted to have these cars back, specifically the Model 3s, because they wanted to get them on the roads doing their robotaxi journeys. That obviously isn't the case now, so maybe that'll change in the next 2 to 3 years. But if you are considering a lease on a S or X, just know that you will not have the option to buy it out now in line with all the cars, just as it was with the 3 and the Y. On a lighter note, though, a little bit more exciting news here to cover is that we might see a second display added to the Model 3 and Model Y very soon in some capacity. Popular Tesla leaker Green the Only says there is an open connector on the new Model 3 and Model Y Ryzen boards available and labeled for a second screen. Now, we're not sure how this would work. Is it going to be a driver second screen, or is this meant for a rear screen? We don't really know. Would a retrofit be possible? We don't know that either. Not a lot of details here are clear right now, but this is super exciting to think about, and I will have a full video coming out soon with all the biggest upgrades coming to the 3 and the Y and some more info on the second screen. So if you are interested in learning more about that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that button down below to subscribe, and also throw a thumbs up on this video while you're down there, because it really does help the channel out. But yeah, hopefully a second screen to come into the Model 3 and Model Y soon, which could be really, really cool. All right, guys, and that is it. That is all the biggest Tesla news for the week. What are your thoughts on all this? Are you excited to see some improvements coming to version 11 to finally fix some of those quirky, weird issues and bugs and get things getting ironed out with the latest software update? Are you excited for the Model Y standard range? Should you buy it? Should you not buy it? And also, of course, what's the whole drama with this connector? Should you be mad that Tesla isn't going to include it, or should you be happy that Tesla is saving the planet by not allowing what Elon says is waste with these included mobile connector kits? Let me know your thoughts on all this stuff down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you as always so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.